I believe we are live. Welcome, Graham, Katie. I've got two Kates on today. Michelle, so far. I wonder if you could just drop a little thumbs up or something in the chat box if you can hear me. And if you can see this, the starter of this presentation, this free webinar for today. If you could hit me a thumbs up or a wave in the chat box, that would be a huge help for me. Here we go. We've got some hands raised. All right, magic. I think we are working. Where are we? 1 minute. Let me just give a couple of maybe one more minute just to let a few people who might be interested in the webinar to come and join us, and then we will get stuck in. I'm very excited to speak with you guys today, to share with you some of my thoughts, my knowledge, my experiences, and ultimately to help you along the journey. We will keep it live. We'll get the chat box going, and we'll be available at the end for a Q&A. So I'd love to learn a little bit more about you guys, about why you're here. Hopefully something good that you've learned throughout this session. And yeah, would love to help you along your journey. And my first question, actually, whilst we're waiting, could everybody just put in the chat box if they are qualified as a level 3 personal trainer or if they are unqualified as the personal trainer? See if we can get any responses. What I might do this webinar, just promote everyone to panelists and make this a bit more live. There you go. Katie, welcome. Katie, welcome. Michelle, welcome. Kimberly, welcome. And Graham, if you guys want to accept that panelist, you can join in and jump on board. Look, I'm going to get stuck in. 3 minutes past. I don't want to be wasting any of your valuable time. Katie, you're studying a level 3 PT. That's great. Thank you for that. The more live that we can go in that chat box, the better information that I can share with you. Right. So let's get started here. First of all, I'd like to thank you for taking your time out of your day to join me on this webinar. I'm very excited to share my experience, my expertise, having helped thousands of people achieve their health and fitness goals and hundreds of people join the health and fitness industry. If you want to become a high-earning PT in 2025 without struggling to find clients, you're in the right place. By the end of this webinar, you'll know exactly how to start, and I've got a special bonus for you if you stay until the end. We've already done that. I've only got one answer so far for those that are qualified and those that aren't, or those that are studying. If you can let me know in the chat box, just so I can tailor this a little bit to the audience, that would be a huge help. Look, who am I and why are you here? My name is Gareth Allen. I'm the owner of Studio 23 and Studio 23 Academy. I've been running a successful personal training business in Chandler's Ford for the last 14 years now, and I do it all remotely from the Republic of Ireland. So I know exactly what it takes to have success as a personal trainer. And I believe that there's never been a better time to join the health and fitness industry. I started in 2011 after a recession. I survived lockdowns. I've now built a team of 7 full-time personal trainers and a training academy. People need your help more than ever. People are sicker, they're fatter than they've ever been before, and therefore they need people like you to help them. And I truly believe there is a shift in the mindset of the market. The GP and modern medicine, they're no longer the answer to longevity. Diet and exercise is. And I'll stretch on that. Diet and exercise always has been, but I feel like people are becoming more educated about what they can do for themselves to have a longer and more prosperous life. All right. But the average person, they're lost, they're frustrated, they're uneducated when it comes to health and fitness. They don't know what to do, and they need skilled people to motivate them to make the changes that are required to live a long and prosperous life. Although personal training isn't too challenging, although becoming a personal trainer isn't too challenging, it is hard to have success. All right, some frightening industry figures. They state that 80% of personal trainers don't stay in our industry. Their fears are low pay, rubbish hours, lack of clients, and they're unsure how to really get started. But that doesn't have to be you. And let me tell you, the answer is in-person education, and this is vital. The rise of online qualifications has saturated the market with low-quality personal trainers who are destined to fail, and they are a huge part of the 80% failure rate. How do I know that? Well, I have interviewed people over the last 14 years for my own personal training business. And knowing how to coach and being able to coach are two very different things. When we do our practical sessions for our interviews that are live with real members of our studio, there is no hiding. So if you want to get qualified, you need to get yourself on an in-person course just like ours. The practical sessions with live feedback and a chance to coach our members is invaluable and will form a vital part of your success. Our particular course is a hybrid model that includes 10 practical workshops over 11 weeks with 40 hours of remote learning to guide you through the theory required. You'll be qualified in 12 weeks at a level that will separate you from the crowd. All right, let me know, guys, let me know if we're going too fast or if I'm missing anything. If you've got any questions, there we go, studying with your academic Kimberly, you are, and I hope you're having a great time on that journey. Look, let me continue. We can Q&A at the end, or just drop something in the chat box if you wish. I said I was going to come through some. Well, actually, I'm going to start with the 3 biggest mistakes I see PTs make and how to avoid them. All right. Number 1, not having a plan. The famous saying goes, failing to plan is planning to fail. It would be exactly the same in any other industry, but for some reason, personal trainers think they get qualified and everybody's going to want to be coached by them. Wrong. You need to plan how you're going to get your clients, what hours you're going to work, where you're going to train them, and how much they need to pay you to enable you to not only stay in the industry, but to make money and be successful. My top tip is to work that all backwards. And let me give you 2 examples. If you want to make 2K a month, that's £25 a session, 20 sessions a week, which is very achievable even for a novice trainer. And if you want to earn 5K a month, that's 20 clients paying you £250 a month. So work your offer out that suits you, not the other way around. The second mistake I see is people not having a niche. This is tricky at the start because all you want to do is make money. But my advice is I wish I got into a niche earlier. In fact, we still as a business aren't niche enough. And when you have a niche, your messaging is directly to your audience and they feel like you're talking directly at them. And that builds trust and integrity. If your passion is endurance sports, if you love helping people who are struggling with the menopause, if you want to work with beginners, if you want to help people who particularly want to build muscle, be the go-to person for that thing. And PS, I would recommend being something around weight loss or fat loss, dropping a dress size, dropping a trouser size. Because in my opinion, that is the biggest audience with the biggest problems that isn't going to go away. And if you want to be successful, finding a way to help people lose weight, you'll be forever in demand. Number 3, not going all in. I see it all the time. I get it. You've got bills, you've got life, you've got partners, you've got stresses, you've got challenges. But if you're only going to dip your toe in the water, you're going to get exactly the same response in return. You're setting yourself up for failure. Finding a way for you to go all in and trust yourself. I promise you, if you're not shy of hard work, you will have huge success. Big one. How to land your first high-paying client. I hope I'm not rattling through this too fast. If you're taken loads of notes, I can send over this slide deck to you afterwards. I hope you are scribbling away and taking some top tips and finding this super valuable. In fact, let's just pause for a minute. I grab a quick drink. You can just put in the chat box, thumbs up if you're finding this super valuable and you've already taken away a golden nugget, something that you can use going forward. Here we go, Katie. Thanks. I appreciate that. Hope it's helped, and I hope I've got a few more for you to really whistle you along your way in your personal training journey. So here we go. All right, I've taken a little break, caught my breath. How to land your first high-paying client. This is golden, right? And just to remind you, if you stick around to the end of this, I've got an amazing offer for everybody that's appropriate for everybody on the call, qualified or not. All right. Let's get into it. How to get your first high-paying client. It is so simple. Get a friend, a family member, a colleague, maybe one of each or three of each, and in your niche and train them for free for the next 3 to 6 months. If you get them insane results, people will be asking to work with you and not the other way around. Results equal demand. It's that simple. The greater results, the more the person will pay for it. We're charging upwards of £75 an hour for our one-to-one session and over £25 an hour for our 1 to 6 coaching. That's £125 an hour for one coaching session. All right. Now we've been in business for a long time. We've got we've got the kudos. All right. We have the authority. But the best thing you can do is go and do that for free. I'm telling you, the time investment will pay you back in hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds by focusing on that result, getting the testimonials, getting the before and after. Their friends will ask, their family will ask, their colleagues will ask. Everybody will want to know what they've been doing once you help them have that massive transformation and get that massive result. All right. And the 1 to 6, that leads me perfectly onto the next thing that I wanted to cover, which was the 2025 fitness trends that will shape the industry. Now, Semi-Private PT has seen my business double in the last 4 years from a one-to-one training studio. We've doubled the floor space and we've doubled our revenue. All right. It's affordable for the member. It's profitable for the studio owner, and it gives the client the support that they need to succeed. And what I mean by that is it's a perfect little sweet spot, because multiple one-to-one training is very expensive and you really narrow down your market. Now we have that market. You know, we've come from a one-to-one training studio at the very beginning of our journey, and it is a great model that will work individually for you. So as a one-on-one trainer, a high-priced, high-ticket one-to-one coach, a couple of clients 2 or 3 times a week will work really well. But you're going to limit your audience straight away by affordability. Multiple one-to-ones are expensive and out of the budget for a lot of people. And that's where the magic of semi-private comes in, is that you don't split the cost by 6, you split the cost in half, so it becomes affordable, but you're adding in 5 other people. Everyone still gets that wonderful touch point. They still get to be coached one-to-one within that group or that semi-private PT model. Therefore, the value exchange for the member is super high, and your opportunity to coach and have an impact is super high compared to large group training. So I think this is already the biggest trend in the fitness industry, and I see competition coming my way in the future. But regardless of the model, the trend is up that people want your help in their health and with their health and fitness. All right. Now you see it's possible. You just need some expert guidance, which I can offer, of which I've got 2. All right. One for those who are already qualified and one for those who aren't yet qualified. Okay. Let me start with those that aren't qualified, and it will lead me into the qualified offer. All right, I explained at the start, we run a level 3 personal training diploma that is CIMSPA recognized. That is really important for anybody who is already getting qualified or wants to get qualified, that your certificate is CIMSPA, the national government body for health and fitness, is CIMSPA recognized. Okay. For us, come and learn from industry experts in an in-person private studio in Chandler's Ford between Southampton and Winchester. It's delivered face-to-face in 10 practical workshops with a maximum of 10 people coming on board at any one time. They happen on Sunday afternoons between 1 and 5 p.m. And our next set of practical workshops are going to start on the 4th of May, running until July 13th, with a weekend break on May 25th. That is where the real value exchange happens. Okay. It's all supported by a remote learning platform to help you through the theory workbooks, but we recommend you start your learning right away and tick off your anatomy and nutrition workbooks before you start the practical workshops. The rest of the theory works really well alongside the practical application and the delivery of how to deliver a safe and effective personal training session. We give you access to our semi-private personal training membership. You get the opportunity to shadow live sessions. We have over 50 semi-private personal training sessions and 50 one-to-one sessions every week you can come and watch, and a chance to work with our members. So we go live. We practice with each other week on week, but it's a false environment. It's so different when you get somebody who isn't familiar with the health and fitness, hasn't had that experience of training, hasn't got that passion that you and I and other core students share, but we get you to go live with our members before you go into your practical assessments. Okay. I've got a picture here of a few past students, people who've come through our courses and are in all different varieties of the health and fitness space right now. For those that are already qualified or about to become qualified, I've got the Studio 23 mentorship. It's 4 hours of shadowing at Studio 23 PT. It's 1 hour of coaching, a personal training session with an ST3 client with feedback from a senior coach or tutor. So you're going to get that live time for someone to go through and give you tips and guide you to delivering what is an expert personal training session. You get 1 hour coaching, an ST3 semi-private PT session, learning how to manage the room, manage multiple people, design a program that's going to utilize the space and help everybody get the very best out of their session, which is a very different skill to coaching one-to-one. And again, the key piece is get the live feedback from a senior coach or a course tutor. We're giving away a one-on-one business strategy Zoom call with myself, and we're going to go one-to-one with Ben, the studio manager, teaching you how to become an awesome personal trainer. Okay, some of our 5-star reviews from people who've already come through our level 3 personal training course that we've been delivering for over 4 years now, alongside our fitness business for 14 years. Okay, and then I've got a combined option, which is everything that's already been discussed, the certificate going straight into the mentorship once you're qualified, or even just before you're qualified, so you really hit the ground running. You're really clear where you want to go, what you need to do, so you can go and execute and have great success in the personal training industry.